Hello, hello, and welcome to your Yang to Yin yoga practice today. So you're going to make your way to the top of your mat. Your big toes can touch. Your feet can be hip distance. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Gently tuck your tailbone down and forward. Straighten and lengthen your spine. Soften your neck, your face, and your jaw. Let your shoulders melt down your back. Bring your palms to touch at heart center. Close your eyes and begin to deepen your breath. So I mentioned this was a Yang to Yin sequence. So our Yin and our Yang are polar opposites. Yang in our yoga practice is meant to get into your muscles, to warm you up, to get you going. The postures can be done on the floor or standing, but it is generally a faster moving practice. Don't stay in the postures for very long, so 1 to 3 breaths is typical. Your Yin practice is mostly done on the floor, and it's a cooling practice. It's meant to get more deeply into your myofascial tissue, your ligaments, and your joints. It's a great way to tell your body to cool down or to gently awaken if you're doing that practice in the morning. And so we'll start off with a little bit of Yang to get us going, to get us warmed up. And we'll finish with some Yin to tell our body it's okay, and our nervous system it's okay to cool down and slow down. So as you're here and you're still, set your intention for your class. A positive word or a phrase such as love, peace, happiness, joy, or maybe dedicate your practice to a specific person. So just bring that to mind. And over the next few breaths, just focus on that idea, concept, or person. Bring your chin in towards your chest. Let your index fingers touch at your third eye center to seal your intention in. And drop your hands down by your hips. Next, inhale. We're going to circle the arms out and up. Reach your fingertips up high. Exhale, swan dive down, hinging at the hips, leading with your heart to come into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Soft bend in the knees if you need. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, into your flat back. Exhale, fingertips plant, step your right toes back, drop your right knee down to the earth, left knee over left ankle. Inhale, circle the arms out and up, fingertips up high. Exhale, hips sink down towards the earth. See if you can square them. Inhale, arc your spine, reach back through your fingertips. Exhale, fingertips plant on the earth. Inhale, straighten your back legs, shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, raise your left toes up towards the sky behind you into your 3-legged downward facing dog. Dropping your left toes off to the right. And then inhale, you're going to begin to draw circles with your left knee. So draw your left knee in towards center. Exhale, draw it out and around. Inhale, left knee in towards center. Exhale, out and around. So continuing to draw these circles, inhaling towards center. And then as you exhale, left toes up towards the sky, and then drop them down towards the earth to come back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll your body through your plank pose. Drop your hips down towards the earth. Drop them all the way down if you need. Exhale, moving through bent knees, drawing through your core here as slowly as you can. Come back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, right toes up towards the sky. Exhale, right knee in towards your chest. Right foot steps in between your hands. And then inhale, come to stand on your right foot. Extend your left toes out behind. Exhale into this variation of Warrior 3. Notice how I wobbled. That's okay. Inhale into your Utkatasana, your chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart, Samastiti. Right, all of that stuff on the other side. Inhale, drop the hands down by the hips, circle the arms out and up. Exhale, leading with the heart, hinge at the hips, swan dive down into your forward fold. Inhale, fingertips extend behind you for a flat back. And then exhale, fingertips plant, step your left toes back, left knee drops to the earth. Inhale, circle the arms out and up. We are in low lunge on the right side. Exhale, hips sink down low, look up high. Inhale, arc the spine, reach back further. Exhale, fingertips plant around your right toes. Inhale, straighten your back legs, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, three-legged downward facing dog. Dropping your right toes off to the left as you inhale. Draw your right knee in towards center. Circle it out and around as you exhale. Inhale towards center. Exhale to circle out and around. Inhale towards center. Exhale. Right toes go up towards the sky. And they drop down to the earth. Inhale, roll your body forward through your plank pose. Chin in towards your chest. Exhale, drop your hips part of the way or all the way down. Bending your knees as you inhale, make your way slowly back to your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then exhale to stay. Inhale, left toes up towards the sky. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Exhale, make your way to stand on your left foot. Extend your right toes out behind you. Inhale, draw your palms in towards your chest. If you can leave your fingertips on the earth. I guess I should have done that. Exhale to your Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale, fingertips up high. Exhale, Uttanasana. Forward fold, nose towards the knees. Keep a slight bend in your knees if you need. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, hands on the shins. Exhale, we're going to make our way straight back to our Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Bend your knees, draw your core in tight, drop your knees down to the earth. Release your toes, and now we're making our way to our first yin posture. So this is child's pose, or balasana in Sanskrit. A lot of the yin names have changed. They're the same yang postures, but they have different names. Child's pose is not one of them. It retained its same name. So I have cranky knees. So rolling up that blanket and placing it under my hips is a great way to help relieve the crankiness. We're holding our yin postures for a full minute. And so I've also brought a pillow under my chest. 3 key concepts in Yin Yoga is find your first edge. So the first edge is the first area of sensation. And that's with or without props. I highly recommend props, especially if you're going to be there for several minutes. And then you become still, becoming still in your pose. And then you hold for time. So letting gravity do all of the work here. Making it a very meditative type of practice. Keeping natural breath here. And after you've been in the posture for a period of time, making any other adjustments. So adding or subtracting props, coming out of the pose entirely. Speaking of which, our minute is up, so we slowly now draw our palms back, chin in towards the chest, roll yourself up, and move your props off to the side, and we'll come into a counter pose now. So the counter poses in our yin practice will help release any sensation or tension that is built up in our tissues. And so we're coming into some cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, raise the hips. Exhale, round the spine, chin in towards the chest. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the hips, look up. Exhale, press the earth away, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, raise the hips. Exhale, press the earth away, round the spine, chin to chest. And then coming back to a neutral spine now, we're going to make our way to our next yin posture. So this is the swan pose. So I like to start two-sided poses on the right side. So you're going to draw your knee in towards center, your right knee, and bringing the sole of your right foot in towards your groin is very helpful if you are like me and have cranky knees. Also, if your hips are tight, placing a blanket or a block underneath of the hip with a bent knee is very helpful. And we're going to start this pose upright. So bring your palms on either side of your right knee, your bent knee, or whichever side you're starting on. You do not have to start on the right side. I simply like to do that. And we're going to hold the upright position of this posture for 30 seconds. So finding your edge, becoming still, and then holding for time, maintaining natural breath. And so making any adjustments as needed. It's been about 30 seconds, so we're going to come into the sleeping swan position now. So that's just basically reclining forward. This does not work in everybody's body. It's a great way to get into it to begin with is to use a prop. I personally do not like props in this pose. I like to bring my forehead all the way down. It gives me the deepest hip opening. So finding your version, finding your edge, the first edge of sensation, becoming still, and holding for time. And also during our yin practice, a lot of times that edge of sensation changes. So if you stop feeling sensation, going a little deeper into the posture gets you the best benefit. And coming out of the posture now, we're going to draw our chin in towards our chest, bring our palms back to surround that knee, and then gently, gently, gently move your props off to the side, and you're going to come back through your tabletop position and then into your downward facing dog. So it might feel good here to really loosen up from holding that posture. It might feel really good to bicycle pedal your feet, bend your knees, shift your hips side to side. It's a very deep, intense hip opening posture. If you are moving in your downward dog, I encourage you to shake your head yes and no, and twist your torso side to side. Going back to center, back to stillness, and we're going to simply set up for the other side. So I am using a blanket under my hips on both sides. You may not need to do that. You may need to do something entirely different from one side to the next. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Classically, one side of our body is different than the other anyway. So extending your right leg out behind you. Not really trying to be or do anything here. So we are basically letting the postures and gravity take over and take hold. So letting your palms on either side of your left knee. And finding your edge, becoming still. And then just letting the posture and gravity do the work for you. And then somewhere around the 30-second mark, we're going to make our way to the reclined position. So I'm using a different prop under my face this time. I've chosen a pillow. Perhaps if you decide to use a pillow, you turn your head to one side or the other so you can breathe. Once again, I'm not a big fan of props in this posture in my own body. So I'm going to move my prop off to the side and just let my forehead touch the earth, getting nice and deep into this juicy, juicy hip opener. So making any adjustments that you may need at any time during the holding of this pose. And as you are still, where can you soften? Where can you melt more deeply? Where can you allow your body to open up more deeply? And drawing your palms back towards your hips now, pressing firmly into your palms, rolling yourself back up here. I like to bring my face up towards the sky. And then you're going to make your way into a tabletop position, removing your props. You're going to move them over to the sides for later use. And we're going to explore some more cat-cows to release. So inhale, drop the belly, raise the hips. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the hips. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, dropping your belly, raise your hips. Exhale to round your spine, look at your belly button. And then inhale, drop your belly, raise your hips. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. And make your way back to a neutral tabletop position. And our final yin posture for this practice is our Baddha Konasana, or butterfly pose. That is another pose that kept its name. So the yang posture is Baddha Konasana, or butterfly, and so is the yin. And so you're going to bring the soles of your feet to touch, and you are going to find whatever props works for you. So for me, I like to clasp my fingers around my touching toes, and I cannot get my knees all the way down towards the earth. So perhaps if that is uncomfortable for you, if you're in the same boat, perhaps you bring blocks under your knees. I like to bring my blocks under my forehead, as you see here. So my bottom block's on the highest setting, and the top block is on the middle setting. And then I just rest my forehead there. And so that is my first edge. Become still, and I will hold for time. And so I was having a little problems with my ankles bothering me being on the floor, so I decided to go ahead and bring a blanket under my ankles. During our yin practice, the only time we should really be moving is if we are readjusting, as I just did, completely coming out of the posture or changing to the next posture. So moving from posture to posture. Other than that, we should try to retain stillness as much as possible. If something's not working, change something. It's totally okay. If it does not work for you, feel free to add or subtract props or come out of the pose entirely. And so I'm moving on to my next level of sensation here by removing that top block. I wasn't really feeling much of anything by staying in that position, and I want to continue to feel more opening in all of the areas this pose affects, which is several, specifically the hips. So I've removed my block and brought my forehead down, removed the top block and brought my forehead down to the bottom block here to rest. Very still, soft, natural breaths. Retaining a very yin, slow quality. Just making our way back up now. Our minute is up, so draw your chin in towards your chest. Bring your knees back up. Perhaps you may need to use your hands to bring your knees back in towards center. Spread your feet out a little wider than hip distance, bringing your palms to touch behind you. And just drop your knees from side to side. So some wide-legged seated windshield wipers is a great way to release any tension that may have built up from holding your butterfly posture. And so we kept this one short and sweet, only a minute hold in each yin posture. To get the full benefits, 3 to 5 minutes is a great time frame. So coming back to center, back to stillness, we're making our way into our easy seated or Sukhasana pose. So letting your palms just gently graze and rest on top of your knees here. Facing up towards the sky. Straighten and lengthen your spine. Shoulders are soft down your back. Gently tuck your tailbone forward. Soften your neck, your face, and your jaw here. Bringing your attention back to your intention or your person. Bring your palms to touch at heart center. Bow your chin in towards your chest. Thank your body and your breath for this practice. Thank yourself for showing up. Bringing your thumbs to touch at your third eye center, the space in between your eyebrows. And in our shared collective offerings, we bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining, and namaste.